Well, it's another day for another sad realization, and that is that Carlee Russell was lying. So apparently, while the whole country was sending prayers and hoping for the best wishes for someone we thought was in danger, Carlee Russell was camping in a hotel room with a robe and some toilet tissue to accompany her for her 2-day vacation, watching this whole entire fraudulent search party play out that is now the beginning of the end of the life that she planned. You don't know the story or you aren't exactly updated on the important details, let me fill you in. On July 13th, Carlee Nicole Russell of Hoover, Alabama was reported missing. According to reports made from investigators and reliable sources, she left work a little bit after 8 p.m., concealing a dark-colored robe, a roll of toilet paper, and a few other unidentified items, which reportedly belonged to the business she worked at. After she left, she went to order food and then started driving to Target, where she purchased granola bars and Cheez-Its. I guess she needed snacks so she could camp out for a while, apparently. From there, she sat in the parking lot for a hot minute and then started driving on I-459. On the road, Carlee called her family and communicated that she saw a toddler, walking on the road by themselves with a pamper on. She then hung up with them to call the police to explain the same thing, in such a casual tone that did not express any alarm or urgency whatsoever.
They're walking towards Tuscaloosa.
Walking southbound? Or how old do they look?
Like a toddler, maybe 3 or 4.
Did you pull over with them? Are you still with them?
Yes.
Okay, are you with the child?
This story is actually a little bit all over the place, so please bear with me while I tell it. According to this article, it's looking like she hung up with the police and then they received a second call from her mother stating that a relative was on the phone with Carlee and heard her scream. After this, the police showed up to the scene, finding her car, her wig, her Apple Watch, her purse, the food, and all the items she purchased from Target. In hindsight, now that we know this story was fabricated, it's really crazy that she left all of those items on the side of the road at night. That takes a lot of dedication. No, all jokes aside, many people, including myself, actually fell for this story because it sounds believable and stuff like this actually happens. This is a real thing that happens to real people, especially when you factor in the time of day it was, her gender, the color of her skin, the state that she was in, with the storyline that she came up with, and all this going on in the world. That's especially why I have a soft spot for stories like these, because I learn about new tactics that traffickers use every chance that I get. And this is actually a topic that I'm interested in. The helpless woman, helpless baby tactic is definitely one that they use. Oh, and by the way, I learned most of my information from Tony D. Rivera. So shout out to her for putting people on game and putting her life on the line to actually be in the field rescuing those in need. Make sure you follow her if you are a woman or you have some women in your life, especially young daughters in your life that you care about. So being that she used this as a storyline at first didn't seem too skeptical. But when you bring in the fact that 1, she didn't sound very alarmed or convincing on the phone call. 2, this happened on a busy highway, so if there was a baby walking alongside the roads by themselves, I'm pretty sure other people would have seen it. Which also makes me wonder if other people saw her just casually walk into the woods, now that we know that she was lying. 3, according to the highway footage, she drove 600 yards, which is equivalent to 6 football fields, before coming to a full stop to apparently get out of the car and rescue the baby. 4, her search results were very fishy because they actually found out that she had been researching the plot of the movie Taken, and then they also seen that she was researching if you had to pay for an Amber Alert and if you would get in trouble for taking money out of the register. Not very smart. You are not smart at all. All of those reasons I just gave would honestly make a part of me be like, yeah, she planned it, but maybe she didn't exactly plan for it to go this far. Like, she was just looking for some attention within her community, like from her family and friends, stuff like that. But either way, it was stupid.
Her way back to us, however, we can't discuss the details of that.
But they say one thing is clear.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life. There were moments when she physically had to fight for her life, and there were moments when she had to mentally fight for her life.
Do you believe she was fighting for her life?
Oh, she definitely fought for her life.
I don't exactly know what her end goal was here, why she did it, or what she was trying to accomplish. But there are a few theories that I have heard, some of which were that she was stealing from her job and trying to use this as a way to get out of it. Like maybe they'd have some sympathy for her so that she wouldn't receive such hard consequences. The one that seems the most believable to me is that she was trying to get a reaction out of her boyfriend because of whatever relationship drama that they were going through. Somebody said Carlee saw her family posting her without her wig and said, "Oh, let me go home." And whatever her reasoning was, all I know is that she wasted so many people's time, energy, money, just for her to be playing games.
She claimed that the man then picked her up and she screamed. She stated he then made her go over a fence. She claims he then forced her into a car, and the next thing she remembers is being in the trailer of an 18-wheeler. She stated that the male was with a female. However, she never saw the female, only hearing her voice. She also told detectives she could hear a baby crying. Detectives, the male had orange hair with a big bald spot on the back. She said she was able to escape the 18-wheeler and fled on foot, only to be captured again and was put in a car. She claimed she was then blindfolded but was not tied up because the captor said they did not want to leave impressions on her wrists. At some point, she was put back in a vehicle she claims was able to escape while it was in the West Hoover area.
Now her career and her reputation is completely ruined because who in their right mind would want you to be their nurse after all of this? And she did not think this through. There's some people who feel like, we should get over it and we shouldn't be talking about her because, maybe she's emotional or maybe she has mental health issues, saying this, that, and the third. But when it comes to the way that I feel, I honestly don't care because there is no excuse. This was premeditated. And she needs to be held accountable. There is nothing wrong with that girl except for maybe the fact that she just doesn't have any common sense. There are still tens of thousands of black women and girls missing with not even half the coverage she received, with not even a whisper from the masses about their disappearance just for her to be playing. And I can guarantee you that $63,000 that was raised for her and her family are not planning on refunding it back. And it definitely is not going towards real people who are really missing. All of this brings me to a question. Why is it that one of the very few times when a story like this gets coverage, it ends up being fake? But when it is real, no one ever hears about it. Which actually got me thinking about the irony. There's a movie out in theaters called Sounds of Freedom. This movie got little to no promo. It's a Christian movie about traffickers kidnapping kids, and in every theater in every city, the viewers have reported issues with AC, the projectors, and the workers having to restart the movie.
Something isn't right here. I recently made a video talking about the strange occurrences happening to viewers trying to watch Sound of Freedom. Well, it's gotten worse. Just check out these people's experiences.
Tried going to see Sound of Freedom, and this happened. No one left until they played the movie.
There's no one in here.
Alarm goes off and people still watch the movie. They can't stop the truth.
It's actually happening.
Really?
This is called intentional. They don't want it to go to the box office gross. Don't take the money.
It's about to start. We just pause it like a second before it goes. Just to let you guys know again, it is gonna get hot. It is gonna be like that throughout the whole movie.
So why should only this one though, not all the other ones?
Because this was assigned in a theater that was smaller, unfortunately, because of the high demand and the audience.
Like, how is that happening everywhere that people are trying to watch this one particular movie? Anyways, although Carlee was lying, California is working on a bill called Ebony Alert. This will be used to notify people when black women and youth go missing. Whatever the deal is with Carlee, even if she doesn't receive consequences from the law, which I kind of doubt because this is a federal case now, she'll definitely be held accountable somehow. Because some things you just don't play with.